guys, welcome back to my channel. So sometimes when you come back from vacation, it can feel like you want another vacation, right? So often we come back from a trip, often on Sundays, and then we want this fresh start for when Monday rolls around, but with all the laundry that we have to do, the dishes, we're out of food in our house, there's just so much going on that a fresh start can seem like the last thing that's about to happen. In the past, I've done a video on what to do before you leave for vacation, but in today's video, I'm going to give you the literal list of the things that I do when I get back from a trip to try to get back on track as soon as possible and transition from vacation to real world in the most stress-free way that I can. So let's dive into it. I'm going to tell you everything I do when I come back from a trip to try to get back to normal as soon as possible. A lot of these tips can generally be under the categories of sorting, putting things away, and planning, preparing, taking care of yourself. So let's start with sorting. The first thing I do when I get home, even if it's late, I take everything out of the suitcase and I sort it into piles. And I generally do this on the kitchen floor because I'm close to my laundry room and the rest of the kitchen. And a lot of what I am unpacking anyway is either going to go into the laundry room or into the kitchen. So there's a bunch of stuff like dirty laundry or dirty sippy cups, or maybe even some clean sippy cups, some snacks we didn't eat, some diapers we didn't use. All of that stuff I keep downstairs, so there's no sense in carrying my suitcase upstairs or to another room that's farther away, only to bring everything back to where I was. All of this is gonna be sorted in that flow chart too. So the first way that I sort all of those piles is based on who they belong to or what room they go in. So first off, I'm taking everything out of the suitcase. I'll make a pile for me, a pile for my husband, and a pile for my son. And I'm going to start with clothes just because they have to go in the washer anyway. It's gonna take the longest. So I will take the dirty clothes. I will separate the clean clothes. Those can be dealt with in a minute. But I'll take the dirty ones, sort them into lights or darks or whatever categories you need, and then I will spray them with OxiClean spray if needed or any sort of stain spray and get them going in the washing machine so that can be running while I do everything else. Next, I go back to those piles and say I'm looking at my son's pile and the dirty clothes are already in the washer, but we have his clean clothes, we have a stuffed animal, we have his toothbrush, we have sippy cups. Some are dirty, some are clean. We have unused diapers. So I will look at this pile and say, okay, well, his toothbrush and the stuffed animal and the clean clothes all go upstairs. I'm gonna put them in a basket, and the dirty sippy cups are going to go in a dirty dishes pile. And then I look at my pile and I say, okay, well, I have a dirty blender bottle or a dirty water bottle, so that's gonna go with the dirty dishes. I have some snacks I didn't use. Those are gonna go in a pile because I need to put those back in the pantry. And then I'll use those baskets, which I made a whole video about these baskets because I love them so much, but any basket will do. And you just put those in and take the things where they need to go. And you don't need to have several baskets to do this. You can just fill a basket, take it to the room it needs to go in, put it all away, come back, do it all again. So my pile, before I sorted anything, had some clean clothes, a hair straightener, some makeup, some shoes. And so I can say, okay, well, I'm gonna take all the clean clothes with me. I'm gonna go to my closet or my dresser, put things away. And I actually separate that into dresser versus closet just because they're not in the same place. The straightener and the makeup go together, so that will all go to my bathroom. And then the shoes, I'll just take my shoes with everybody else's shoes and put them in our laundry room because that's where everyone keeps their shoes. So your washer is still going and you have put everything away in the meantime. Once all those things are where they need to go, then I will do things like plug in our phone chargers by our nightstands again. And I ended up running the dishwasher on this night because we didn't just have dirty water bottles, dirty sippy cups and everything. We also had a few souvenir glasses. So I just went ahead and got that going. And then we deal with the suitcases and we take all of our travel supplies and store them in the suitcases for next time. And then we put the suitcases back up in our closet. Now I have found through personal experience and through talking with friends that there are some things that are kind of a challenge to put away because if they don't have a spot where they normally live, they just end up sitting out forever. These are things like receipts or souvenirs that you bought, but you don't know where you're going to put it in your home yet. Or your diaper bag or your purse or whatever is still filled with a bunch of stuff from the trip and tomorrow you're going out and about, you don't need all that stuff with you. So unpacking that stuff too, I would include in my routine. One quick note on souvenirs, one thing that we used to do was get a map from everywhere we went and we would keep our hotel key cards and then take a Sharpie and write on the back like the dates that we were gone and the place we were and maybe like a quick little memory on it. And we would put that in a Ziploc and write the name of where we went on that Ziploc. Then all of those Ziplocs went in a big Ziploc and we have them in the closet. Oh, airplane tickets would have been in there too. We don't buy a lot of souvenirs, but that is something we have done in the past, and we know where it's gonna go when we get home. And then it kind of answers that whole challenge of what do we do with our airplane tickets? Now, normally we just throw them out, or they were on our phones the whole time anyway, but we have done that with trips in the past, and it is kind of cool to look back on. Next, after everything is put away, at this point, I wanna take a shower because we've either been on a plane or just traveling all day and I feel gross. So I usually do that, and then by that point, the laundry has already been switched to the dryer is done, and then we just kind of want to veg out for a little bit, so we end up turning on the TV and I fold laundry while we watch a movie or a show. Before I go to bed though, I will try to prepare in advance for the next day a little bit, so I will make our breakfast the night before, and I'll pack my husband's lunch, and then I'll try to meal plan. Now, from this most recent trip, we got home not terribly late, but late enough that I couldn't do it all in one day. So meal planning, I ended up falling asleep at my computer and it didn't get done. So I did have to put that on the list for the next day, but the point is you're trying. So with this most recent trip for us, it's now the next morning. I put the dishes away that we washed last night. Luckily the laundry is put away and our breakfasts were already made, so it did make everything go a little smoother. I did get the meal planning done during breakfast, which I'm so glad was made the night before because it was a busy morning. We were putting out a lot of fires, but anyway, we got a few things done, and I knew that once my son went down, that's when I could take care of myself a little bit. And that is a tip that I have just in itself, is if you can take care of yourself, like making your breakfast the night before, then you have something healthy to eat. And that way, if you're tired from all your traveling or just trying to get back into the routine of getting back to normal, you don't reach for something unhealthy because you have something prepared already. Along with that, try to get a workout in, especially because a lot of us feel kind of lethargic after we get back from a trip. Maybe we were eating and drinking more than we normally do, we feel a little sluggish, something like that. So trying to get a quick workout in is definitely beneficial and gets you on the right path. So for me, the next morning, once my son went down for his first nap, I just took 20 minutes and did a workout in my living room while catching up on YouTube videos. Some of my favorite people to watch right now are Brianna Kay, Vassar Beauty, Caitlin Nair, Do It on a Dime, and I also love Emily Norris and love Meg, and Emily and Meg just both went on cruises as well. So that was kind of fun to watch their cruise videos right after I got back from a cruise myself. Going back to the meal planning and grocery shopping real quick, try to plan and shop for things that'll be really quick and easy and healthy to make. So whether that's an Instant Pot meal or a crock pot meal or a one-pan oven dinner, you can make a whole bunch and have leftovers. It's healthy, it's fast, and it just won't be as overwhelming when you're already trying to transition from a completely relaxed time to the real world again. So that's my general routine of what I do when I come back from a vacation. It's essentially a strategic way of unpacking. That's one of the biggest parts for me. Putting things away where they need to go, taking care of yourself, and doing a little bit of preparation so that the rest of your week is a little easier and the transition isn't as hard. As long as you put your stuff away where it's supposed to go, your house will be looking better, you have food prep for the next day, you've taken a little time for yourself, and then it's not as overwhelming and you get that fresh start that we all want when we come back from a trip. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up by clicking that little thumbs up button. That helps other people find this video. You can share it with them as well. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you as a subscriber. You just hit that little red subscribe button. It is free and it's fun. And there's a little bell notification too that you can press to get notified when new videos come up. Comment below and let me know your trip that you just got back from, a trip that you're going on soon, or what your biggest struggle is when it comes to packing or unpacking. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.